Hello everybody. Today we'll be discussing about lesson 7, lesson 11, that is miscellaneous features. This will be the last lesson for our course C programming language. This lesson gives us additional features that C programming contains, like typedef, typecasting, unions and many more. As of content, we'll be discussing about enumerated data types. How can we rename the data type with the help of typedef? What is typecasting? Pointers to function. This is like very similar concept from past 2 or 3 lessons that we have been talking to. And then functions returning pointers, union, small concept about unions, and then summary of what we are all going to discuss now. Enumerated data types. These data types help us to invent our own data types. Like for example, till now we have saw data types like integer, character, float, double, string, and now we'll be seeing data types of our own. That means user defined data types, they are otherwise called. This is because to make program error free. Like for example, if I write my own data type, I'll be having my own rules for that particular data type, and therefore the errors can be reduced. A small structure of enum will be like mar state underscore status is one of the data type, user defined data type. This data type stores values like single, married, divorced and widowed. These are like might be quite new to listen, but these always have their own values of assignment. Like for single it is 1, for married is 2, and divorced and widowed as follows. And this is how we assign variable for enum. In this declaration we have 2 parts, like what do we specify a value in the declaration. This is called as enumerator, like mar underscore status is called an enumerator now. And the second part is called variable, that is person1 and person2 are variables, and they can be assigned to only values that we write into this. Like for example, if I want to write person1 is equal to a, that is not acceptable at all. Okay, when you come for use of enumerator data types, these are mainly used for clearly understanding the operations of program. And simply to give a simple example, for now we are writing enum of week, an array of all the days of the week, like from Sunday to Saturday, and storing enum week today. We want today to be Wednesday, for suppose, and then we want to print today plus 1 as an output. Though today is into a character, but still we get an output into the integer format. This is how enumerated data type can be used. When you come for renaming type definitions, like for example, if I want one data type to be into another format, I either have to change them during the declaration itself, but I cannot do it whenever I need within the program. But with the help of typedef, that can be done anywhere in the program, also helps us to make use of that variables into this data type as per our requirement. This is to redefine the name of existing variables, and also provide short and meaningful way to call a data type. For example, here if you see, I have declared name 30 as an array, and age into integer data type, normal business salary into float data type. This structure employee e will be like whatever function that I have declared here. Once I call that function, all the values are as similar as that I have declared here. But when I write typedef employee emp, that means I'm changing this e to emp, and the values will of emp will become e1 and e2 if you have more than one structures. Like for example, I have here employee and employee. If you have 2 more, 3 more, you can write e2 and e3 as per the requirement. Typecasting is much different from typedef. Typecasting, what happens is, when you want the output to be in another different data type, for example, I get an output into an integer terms, but I wish that it had to be in float, then I'll be using the procedure of typecasting. Okay, this is because sometimes compiler have to forcibly convert the values of an expression into particular data type. For a simple example, here I gave integer values x as 6 and y as 4. When I perform division on this, the actual output should be 1.5, but we get an output as only 1 because this is of integer data type and um, only stores values before decimal points. If I want that um, in another scenario, like for now here I have float value, I want it in terms of integers, so I simply typecast it and enter a value of a into int of a. Actual declaration is float, but I'm giving an output as an int of a, then output will be only 6, but the actual output will be 6 point, actual output that had to be is 6.35. This is how typecasting can be helped. Pointers to functions, since being this is a normal topic for us till now, here if this is the one function that we are using, here we are asking to the user to enter the address for function display. Whatever address he enters, that address would be displayed as an output. Alright, when you call this function, we have puts. This puts is printf statements, like we have two different things, puts and gets. Gets will be the scanf and puts will be of printf, and the output will be address as 1125 because the address that have entered into a function might be 1125, and long life viruses is whatever we wanted to print into the functions. Functions returning pointers, like till now we saw integer returning a value, float returning a value, double or any other data type returning a value, but we can even have to understand that pointer can also return a value. Alright, this can be done with the help of calling a function, or it can be done with the help of a call function. For simple example, here in fun I have declared as a function, then I have assigned pointer here, then that pointer I have assigned to this function, then return a value, close here main. When I call this function here, I ask this function to perform static int of I. That means this integer is having values 20, and I want this address of I to be returned. Address of I is function, therefore it returns to the main the value or the address of I. That is how a function is a pointer is returned into a function. Unions might be a very new topic for us, but as of how we combine two or more structures into an array, the similar thing is done into type of unions store two or more data type, different data types into one section. The only difference between structures and unions is structures can store different data type values which are located in different memory locations, but whereas union can only store data type values that are located only in one location. Okay, that is only difference. These are however used for different variables together, grouping different variables together. For a simple example of a union, this is union A, and when I call union A as a key, I have assigned key value as 5 and 2. CH, I just gave the length of the array as 20, but I haven't given any input for CH as an array. So here this can be of whatever that you give here, that would display as an output. So output for ki of I would be 5 and 2, because as we assign here the 0 and 2, it depends on whatever value we give into. When you come for union of structures, that means here union of structures here is like union put within or nested within an other union. Like we saw structures being nested into another structure, if else or nested if else, and so on. The same way we'll be going through the unions now. In these unions, you can see union Z, which is having struct key and also data. There's also a union, and struct A and B are different functions. When you assign values for key as 5 and 2, and for D0 as 0 and D1 as 32, and when you expect them to be printed as an output, for k of I, obviously we get an output as 5 and 2. For data of j as well, we get an as 5 and 2, because this j value, whatever we have given in B, that is in of union z. A value and data value will be same all the times. The same happens with ch0 and d0. D0 value is 0, so c of 0 will be always 0, and the same happens with c of 1 and d of 1. So output will be 5 and 2 for both the first two printf statements, and 0 for the second two printf statements, and 32 for the next two printf statements. Okay, here we go for the brief summary of what all we had discussed now. This enumerated data types and the type def declarations are added for clarity of the program that we write, and this is only to make sure that we understand the program much better. Typecasting makes the data type conversions for specific operation. Yes, as we have saw, this is used for changing the data type of the output that we want, and every function has an address, and that can be stored into a function, and we write a function that receives a variable number of arguments, um, and also unions permit access to some memory locations in multiple ways. Like I said, unions for only same memory locations, they can be used for storing different type of different data types. As of now, this is the summary that we have gone through, summary of the lesson that we have gone through till now. And any doubts you have at any point, you can still post it in the comment line below the video. I'll sure I'll get back to you. And the next lesson of this will be like networks in programming language. This is obviously not much necessary for beginners who learn programming language of C. So what I thought is, I will not be explaining this the final lesson, networking of programming language. If at all you still feel like you wanted to understand what that lesson is, you can still put onto a comment line. I'll sure get back to you as per the request, and make sure that I'll be teaching you the lesson. Thank you.